Campus Wilson, Lisa Waldwood. Do you have any opening statements?
Opening statements, I'm certainly pleased with our team's effort, and I thought we gave a lot of effort, but the one staple that has been a kind of a staple for us all year is rebounding, and we've been very successful when we control the battle of the boards. We certainly did not do that here tonight. We give up 18 offensive rebounds that lead to 21 second chance points for South Dakota State, and they're too good of a team to give that kind of cushion to in that category, and that was really, in our opinion, the difference in the ballgame.
Any questions?
Was there any, were there things you could have done differently as far as being able to rebound it better, or was it more of an effort thing?
Well, I think the big thing that you see is that their penetration hurts. When they dribble penetrate, we rotate over for help, and now they miss a shot and we're out of position for rebounding. So, containing penetration is a huge key to start with, and then being able to stay in position, and then just getting a little bit tougher and more physical and being able to, keep them off the glass is critical when you play a team like that.
Did this game go differently as far as the style they played or the style that you played from the last game?
I don't really think so. I think it was kind of some of the same old story. They're very physical, which led to too many turnovers for us, especially in the first half. We thought that their transition offense killed us, and we had talked before the game that our best transition defense was going to be taking care of the basketball. When we turn it over, they have a tendency to just really make you pay for that and kind of shove it down your throats. And in the first half, anyways, that really was the case. They made us pay for our turnovers, and very similar style play for both teams, I think, in this game.
It seemed like that first half dry spell kind of came back and beat you guys again.
Yeah, I know. It was an 18-2 run, I'm told, from after we got up, I think 15-9, and then we go on an 8.5-minute stretch where we turn it over, and just that dry spell, that you can't dig yourself that kind of a hole against a good team like this and expect to win.
As far as it seems like this is kind of a natural point to start looking at the rest of the season after your second South Dakota State game. And just based on tonight and the last few games, what are you seeing as you look ahead here for the rest of the year?
Well, I think that, the lesson that we can learn from tonight is that, the things that are the identity of our team, and we feel like we're a good team, but we're not just ultra talented, and just we need to have we need to win hustle plays. We need to win the battle of the boards. We need to do the work and effort things every single night out in order to be successful. We can't take any nights off. And I think that the one thing we've learned up to this point about our conference is, there is a lot of parity, and the teams that are right now sitting maybe in the bottom half of the league are just a couple wins away from just flip-flopping that and being in the top half of the league. So we cannot take anything for granted. We can't take one day where we're not taking steps forward to become a better team, and it's going to be a tougher time these next 7 ball games than what we've seen these last 9.
Coach, were you curious to see how your team would respond today in what in some ways kind of was, it may decide the regular season title. If you guys had won today, all of a sudden it's anybody's ball game, and now there's a little bit of separation. They've won it, several times. Were you curious to see how your kids would handle that, and how do you think they did?
I think what we tried to do is just not make it that big, and I know everybody else wanted to really talk about, this could decide the regular season title. We don't feel that way at all. We feel like there is a lot of basketball left to play, and if we don't take care of business on Saturday, then no matter if we would have won tonight or not, it wouldn't have even mattered. So we feel like it's a long, long ways to start talking about regular season titles and things like that. We're not even, that wasn't even in our conversations at all. But I certainly feel like that, our kids kind of knew and understood it was a big game, and I don't think we responded the way we wanted to respond, obviously. Not necessarily sticking to our guns and being able to be successful, winning the battle of the boards, doing the things that needed to be done to compete. And so that's something we'll have to address and work on moving forward.
campus, did this start to feel at all a little bit like last year where you got down kind of big in the first half, all of a sudden come back? Why do you think necessarily the momentum didn't carry all the way this time around?
I feel like at the end of the game, like we have a way of not always playing both halves. You know, like we'll always have a good either first half or second half. I feel like when we have two good halves together, like we're good down the stretch. But it was just taking care of the ball and executing down the stretch and just too many offensive rebounds.
Any more questions?
Just going through this, it was a big game, and I know you tried to downplay what the coach did, but just the process of preparing for a game that meant something with a lot of attention. You think your team can get some mileage out of that as they go on to where you are going to have more big games this year?
Like Coach said, I think we try to prepare each game the same way. Like the next game is the biggest game on our schedule, and we just keep preparing each game and going out there and doing what we can.
What made the Jacks tough underneath today? They looked pretty scrappy.
I just think that we need to be stronger underneath and push them out more than we did. They just pushed us under. So.
Have you approached it any differently now? We didn't start in rotation for a few games now.
I try not to think about it. I try to just go in and play my game and not worry about if I'm starting or coming off the bench. Just going out and doing what I can.
Any more questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.